As a creator, have you ever felt shame or fear as you're trying to build something, and maybe put yourself out there? Let's talk about why the inner critic uses shame and fear to control you. If your inner critic makes you feel ashamed, if it scares you away from posting content, if your mind jumps straight to the worst case scenarios like what what's going to happen, what bad is going to happen. It's not a random thing. That's shame and fear. And shame and fear are the main tools that this inner critic uses to control you. Welcome back to Creative Metaphysics. Today we're breaking down something that every creator feels, but few actually understand. Why your inner critic, that inner voice, uses shame and fear. And these emotions don't show up because something is wrong with you. They show up because something in you is actually trying to protect you. As we dive deeper, one of the first things that we realize is that shame is used to keep you hidden. Shame sounds like something is wrong with me, or I'm not enough, or people won't accept this, or I shouldn't share this. Shame makes you want to hide. Makes you want to stay quiet, stay small, stay unseen. And we know from just watching nature that when animals hide, it's because they're trying to stay safe. I remember creating something that I actually believed in. I put time into it. I knew that it had value. But right before I shared it, I felt that shift. It wasn't fear at first, it was shame. I thought to myself that this isn't quite good enough yet, or who do you think you are? Who did I think I was to be posting this? Who am I? And people are going to see right through this. And nothing outside had happened, but it was inside. It was inside of me. It felt like I had already been judged. Be honest with yourself. When you hold something back, is it really because it's not ready? Or is it because a part of you feels like you're being exposed? Because that feeling is shame doing its job. You see, fear is used to stop you from acting. Fear sounds like this: something bad will happen, people will judge me, I might fail, or I won't be able to handle it. Fear doesn't just make you feel something, it stops you dead in your tracks. It pauses your action. There were times for me that I was ready to move. I was ready to take action, to create, to express that thing. I was ready to post, ready to record. Everything was all set. And then fear hit. And I thought to myself, what if this does go wrong? What if nobody responds? What if nobody watches this? Or if they do watch it, they don't care? What if this makes things worse? So I waited, not because I needed more time, but because I just didn't want to deal with what might happen. Take a look at your own behavior. How many times have you delayed action right at the moment that you're supposed to be moving? Was it really all about timing, or was it fear? And as we dive deeper, we realize that these emotions, this fear, this shame, these emotions come from the past. Here's what most people don't realize: shame and fear are not about your current moment, they come from your past. Old experiences, old reactions, old situations where things didn't go well. Your mind remembers these moments and it tries to protect you from ever feeling them again. We have to realize where this comes from. I had a moment where I actually stopped and looked at it. And instead of reacting, I asked myself, where is this feeling coming from? And it wasn't about what I was doing right then. It pointed back to older moments, Some of those moments back in my childhood, these were times when I felt judged. These were times when I felt dismissed. And that's when it clicked. This wasn't about the present, it was memory. Ask yourself, is what you're feeling right now actually about what you're doing, or is it connected to something older? Because if it's coming from the past, it doesn't get to control your future. You see, there's this loop. I call it the shame and fear loop. There's a pattern. Here's the pattern. You feel inspired, you move toward creating something. Then the critic senses risk. And what shows up? Shame and fear. And then you hesitate, you slow down, you pull back. And that reinforces the pattern. It's a cycle that happens over and over and over again. And the end result is nothing gets created, nothing gets done. Be real with yourself. How many times have you felt that cycle? How many times have you started and then stopped for the same reasons? That's not random, that's a loop. And if you're caught in that loop right now, feeling shame when you try to show up, feeling fear right before you take action, this is exactly why I created the Creator's First Shift. It walks you through the real source of those emotions, how to identify patterns behind them, and how to reframe those thoughts so they stop controlling you. It's not just something you read, it actually takes you through the process step by step. The link is in the description. It costs about the same as a cup of coffee, but the shift it creates in how you deal with shame and fear, that changes everything. We have to break the pattern. Here's what you do instead. First, name what you're feeling. This is shame. This is fear. That alone creates space. Second, ask, where is it coming from? Is this about right now, or is it coming from the past? Most of the time, it's the past. And then choose your next move, not based on that feeling, but based on who you're becoming. Ask yourself, can I take one step forward even while I'm feeling this? Because that's how the pattern breaks. Remember this, your inner critic uses shame and fear to try to keep you safe. It's not trying to harm you. It's not the enemy. It's trying to keep you safe. That's its job. That's its purpose. And it is a noble purpose. It's doing this not because something's wrong with you, but because something in you is changing. And that change equals danger. It's unfamiliar. Once you see that, those emotions stop controlling you. They become signals, signals that you're about to grow, signals that you're about to move forward. And instead of stopping, you move anyway. That's the shift.